Virgo, September 1st is not just a date. It's a window, wide open, charged, and laced with divine instruction. You're standing inside the 1111 portal, and the next 48 hours are unlike anything you've experienced this year. This isn't about coincidence. It's about convergence. The convergence of preparation, timing, and receptivity. And the blessings that are approaching are not theoretical. They're real, and they're near. This 1111 window acts as a spiritual amplifier. It multiplies what you align with. If you move with fear, it echoes resistance. If you move with clarity, it mirrors creation. And for you, Virgo, this is a rare invitation, not just to receive, but to receive in your own language. Precision, purity, integrity. This is your portal. But here's the key. Portals are not passive. They don't work for the one who waits. They respond to the one who moves. In this case, with presence, not panic. With intention, not force. The next 2 days are not about rushing into anything. They are about walking through a field that has already been prepared for you. A field where 3 distinct blessings are waiting to land. These blessings will not arrive as noise. They will come as codes, a message you almost miss, a name you keep hearing, a sudden ease where there was tension. They will test your awareness, not your effort. And if you know how to spot them and how to hold them, everything shifts. Let's be clear. This isn't about getting something because you want it badly. It's about becoming someone who already matches what's meant for them. You are not chasing blessings. You are recognizing them. And that's what this 1111 window is here to help you do. Accelerate what is already yours. The countdown begins now. In the next chapters, you'll meet each blessing. You'll learn how to feel them coming, how to respond, and how to lock them in. And at the end, you'll receive a decree to speak aloud, a seal that binds the blessings to your field and timeline. But before you ask for anything, you must understand this. You are already more prepared than you think. This isn't sudden. This is scheduled. And Virgo, your name is already on the door. Let's unlock it. You didn't arrive here by accident. Virgo, everything you've endured, the delays, the silence, the inner work no one applauded, has been preparation for this exact moment. While others chased outcomes, you refined the invisible. You questioned everything. You adjusted, healed, rewired. And now, the universe responds not to your effort, but to your frequency. You've become resonant with what is ready to land. This portal doesn't open for everyone the same way. It requires a match, not in perfection, but in integrity. Virgo, your energy is exact. You don't just dream, you dissect. You don't just hope, you align. That's why this 1111 window fits you like a key in a lock. You've done what most won't do. You've waited without bitterness. You've built without validation. You've prepared in private for something sacred in public. Think back. The moments you felt invisible. The paths that suddenly closed. The people who didn't see you. It all carved you into someone who can now carry what's coming. Not because you suffered, but because you stayed. You stayed present through the detours. You stayed true to your values when shortcuts were available. That loyalty to yourself was not lost on the universe. Now, everything changes. This isn't about a reward for being good. This is about spiritual maturity. You've passed invisible tests, Virgo, and now the field recognizes you. That's why the blessings are not distant. They're hovering, waiting for your yes, waiting for your readiness to become embodiment. The 1111 portal is a moment of divine math. It brings order to the chaos. It activates timelines hidden in plain sight. But it's not a lottery. It's a mirror. It shows you where you are already aligned. And Virgo, you are closer than you think. You don't need to hustle. You don't need to prove. You need to remember. That's what this chapter is. A reminder that nothing was wasted, that you didn't miss it, that you are, in fact, the one it was waiting for. The blessings are encoded. And the first one isn't about gain, it's about time. Let's begin where it all gets unblocked. The moment delay reverses and forward momentum roars back to life. A blessing isn't always something you receive. Sometimes, it's something that finally begins to move. The 1111 window carries codes that unlock what has been stuck, paused, or buried beneath layers of doubt and false timing. Virgo, the blessings approaching are not random surprises. They are overdue arrivals, and the portal is here to reverse the delay. We begin with a shift in the flow of time. The waning moon in the sky is working in your favor, not to plant, but to clear, to dissolve the debris of missed chances and expired versions of your path. As the lunar energy pulls old energy out of your field, it makes space for timelines that should have opened months, even years ago. That is why this portal feels so emotionally dense. You're not just hoping for what's next, you're remembering what was blocked. 1111 isn't just a pretty number. It's a cosmic alignment code. 111 brings manifestation. 1111 brings choice. A timeline splits. Earth, Virgo's element, grounds this potential into reality. What you decide in these next 48 hours carries weight. Because the gate is open, and what you choose echoes beyond the moment. You might already feel it. A strange momentum, a shift in rhythm. Maybe someone from the past reaches out. Maybe you suddenly get news about something you almost gave up on. Maybe there's a green light where before, there was only waiting. Don't be surprised. This is blessing number 1, the reversal of delay. When this happens, your only task is to respond. Don't hesitate. Don't overanalyze. Move. You've already done the work. The blessing is not asking if you deserve it. It's asking if you'll receive it. Virgo, it's time to trust the unfolding more than the plan. Repeat this to yourself now. I'm not behind. I'm right on time. Let those words recalibrate the part of you that still questions whether it's too late. It's not. Time was never your enemy. It was your filter. And now that it's cleared, your value rises. Which leads us directly to the second blessing, one that you no longer need to earn. Only allow. The second blessing is not something you chase. It's something that rises from within. Virgo, you've spent so much of your life proving your worth, trying to earn recognition in systems that never saw your depth. But now, during this 1111 window, something shifts. It's not about others finally seeing you. It's about you finally feeling seen by yourself, and the universe mirroring that back in real time. This is the activation of soul value, a moment when you no longer question what you bring, when the inner critic falls silent and is replaced by a quiet certainty. It's not loud. It's not arrogant. It's cellular. And once it activates, life begins to respond accordingly. You may experience this as unexpected praise, someone thanking you for your presence, not just your performance, or a gift that seems random but carries deep personal meaning. A deposit, an invitation, a compliment that lands differently because, this time, you believe it. This blessing isn't about receiving more. It's about no longer shrinking when it arrives. The mistake would be to downplay it. Virgo, your humility is sacred, but it must not become self-erasure. When this energy shows up, receive it fully. No deflection, no apology. Let yourself take up the space your soul was always meant to occupy. You are not being noticed for the first time. You are finally resonating with the truth you've held all along. One Virgo felt this when she walked into a room and didn't second-guess her presence. She didn't need to prepare a script or overperform. She just was. And that was enough. That shift in energy called in a new opportunity, not because she chased it, but because she became it. This blessing changes everything, because once you accept your soul's value, the world adjusts its treatment of you. Relationships shift. Money flows differently. Your standards rise, not as a defense, but as a reflection of clarity. Say it aloud now. I am safe to be valued. Feel that truth settle into your system. No performance required. No permission needed. Just presence. And from this presence, something else begins to stir, a connection, a meeting, a resonance that signals you are no longer alone in the frequency you hold. Let's move into that next. There is a blessing that doesn't arrive through effort or planning. It arrives through resonance. Virgo, this is the third blessing, the opening of aligned connection, a soul-level recognition that transcends logic. It could appear as a romantic encounter, a collaborative partnership, or a soul mirror that reflects you back to yourself with sacred precision. Whatever form it takes, it will feel like peace. Not excitement, not fantasy. Peace. You'll know it by the way your nervous system responds. Calm, steady, curious. There's no urgency, no spark of fear disguised as passion. It feels like arrival. And in this 11:11 window, that connection is being magnetized toward you. Not because you're searching, but because you're finally ready to see and be seen without distortion. You may notice the number 222 surfacing, the code of alignment and union. You may feel sudden clarity around someone new or surprising softness toward someone familiar. You might meet someone and feel like you've met them before. The words won't explain it, but your energy will. This connection comes when you are full, not empty, when you're no longer asking to be completed, but mirrored. This is the kind of blessing that doesn't require convincing. It arrives when you're not trying. But Virgo, the trap is clinging. When something feels right, your instinct may be to analyze it, protect it, perfect it. Don't. This one doesn't need fixing. It needs allowing. One Virgo experienced this when a message came through from a person they hadn't spoken to in years, someone they had quietly released without resentment. The reconnection was effortless. No explanations, no pressure, just clarity and ease. It wasn't about rekindling the past. It was about meeting again in the present, as different people holding the same soul frequency. Whether this blessing comes through a conversation, an encounter, or a sense of inner union, recognize it as a sign that you've stepped into a new vibrational field. And when it comes, repeat this to yourself. What's for me recognizes me. Let those words dissolve the chase. Let them clear the need to prove. Because when blessings arrive in the form of people, the test is not effort, it's surrender. And now, Virgo, with all three blessings identified, it's time to sharpen your awareness. Because signs of these shifts are already circling. Let's learn how to see them. The blessings aren't coming, they're already moving. Virgo, the energy is in motion, but if you're only looking for fireworks, you'll miss the spark. The signs are already here. Small, subtle, sacred. The universe doesn't need to shout. It whispers to those who are paying attention. And your job is to recognize the three signs that are tracking your blessings before they fully land. Start with the inner signs. The knowing that doesn't come from thought, but from feeling. You may wake up with a name on your mind, a phrase you can't shake, a strange calm in the middle of a day that used to feel chaotic. These are inner echoes. They don't explain. They confirm. Trust them. Then come the outer mirrors, repeating numbers, 111, 222, 555, showing up when you're thinking of something important, a specific animal crossing your path again and again, song lyrics that answer the exact question you didn't ask out loud. These are not coincidences. They are invitations to recognize that the field is active. And finally, the dream state. The subconscious is more available than ever during portals. Pay attention to dreams, sudden visions during meditation, or even flashes of past versions of yourself. If you've seen yourself walking through a door, flying, receiving something, you're not imagining. You're witnessing the timeline beginning to install itself through you. Signs don't follow logic, they follow vibration. That's why no one else can validate them for you. Virgo, you're here to trust your own system. What feels random to others might be sacred to you. Don't doubt your perception just because it doesn't fit someone else's definition of spiritual. Now is the time to track, journal, record. Don't just feel the energy, document it. These three blessings may not arrive all at once, but the signs always come first. And when you can see the preview, you position yourself for the arrival. Everything you've observed until now has been preparing you for the next phase, not just recognition, but activation. It's time to enter the ritual. The Virgo version: structured, intentional, precise. The next 48 hours will not return. Let's create the container to receive them fully. This is the container. Virgo, you don't need more time. You need more alignment. The next 48 hours are charged with sacred potential, and your role is not to manipulate the energy, but to harmonize with it. You don't need to manifest harder. You need to become still enough to receive. The blessings are already coded into the portal, but you must become the field they can land in. Here is your protocol. Step 1. Clarity. Write down what you are open to receiving, but not as a wish. Write it as truth. I am supported. I am visible. I receive what is aligned and nothing less. Keep it simple. The energy of the 1111 window doesn't respond to lists. It responds to essence. Step 2. Gratitude. Not just for what's coming, but for what already shifted. Say thank you in advance. Let your body feel the energy of already having. This isn't mental rehearsal. It's vibrational alignment. The universe doesn't bring what you beg for. It delivers what you match. Step 3. Gesture. Virgo is physical. Earth. Ritual matters. Light a candle, touch water. Burn a paper with your old belief. Speak one line aloud. Energy needs movement to become form. Even one breath can be the action that tips the timeline. Step 4. Surrender. The hardest and the most powerful. Let go of how and when. Release the image. Trust the imprint. This is where miracles get space to form. Clinging repels. Openness invites. Virgo, your gift is refinement. Use it to refine your faith, not your fear. To clear resistance, consider grounding, a salt bath, a walk in silence, stretching, cleaning a space you've ignored. Your body is part of the ritual. Let it participate. Let it become the altar. And remember, portals reward alignment, not effort. If you do this from fear, it stays stuck. If you do it from faith, it moves fast. You're not casting spells. You're remembering codes. Ancient ones, personal ones. That's why this works. The energy is opening. Now, let's talk about what happens next. Because receiving is one thing, holding it is another. Let's shift from arrival into integration, from blessing into embodiment. This is where it lasts. You've opened the door. Now you must keep it open. Virgo, receiving the blessing is only half the work. The real mastery is in sustaining the energy once it arrives. That's where most people slip. They catch a glimpse of alignment, then collapse back into old rhythms. But you, with your awareness and structure, are built for longevity. This portal is not just about experiencing miracles, it's about integrating them. In the next few hours, your nervous system may shift. You might feel elated one moment, quiet the next. Don't panic. This is normal. The body is catching up with the soul. Don't label the contrast as regression. It's recalibration. Give yourself space to adjust. Integration begins with routine, not control. Rhythm. Virgo thrives in consistency, but now it must be sacred consistency. Light a candle at the same time daily. Speak one truth aloud each morning. Journal one aligned thought at night. These aren't just tasks, they're energetic anchors. Ritual is how you keep the frequency open without clinging. Next, avoid exposure. Not everything you receive needs to be shared. Some blessings grow best in silence. Resist the urge to explain your shift to everyone. Spiritual ego loves to prove, but true alignment doesn't perform. It becomes. Let your energy speak louder than your mouth. Also, beware of impulsive decisions. The blessing wave is high. That doesn't mean every door that opens is yours. Pause. Listen. feel. Virgo intuition is sharp. Trust it now more than ever. If something feels forced, it's not for you. Choose ease, not urgency. If you feel like nothing is happening, remember, some shifts begin in the ether. They take time to crystallize. 48 hours is a window, not a deadline. Let the energy breathe. You've activated the field. Now it's unfolding. Repeat this phrase throughout the day. I am in harmonic reception. Let it become a rhythm in your breath, a whisper in your thoughts, a quiet vow. And now, as the window peaks, we move into the final act. You've recognized, received, and prepared. Now it's time to decree, to speak the blessing into form, the words that lock in your timeline. Let's close the gate with power. This is the seal. Virgo, after all the recognition, the rituals, the receiving, you now stand at the threshold with one final key, your decree. Words are not just sound, they are structure. They anchor the invisible into the visible. When spoken with clarity, they do more than express. They activate. And this decree is not for the world to hear. It's for the timeline to obey. Picture it. You, under the 11:11 sky, the energy humming quietly around you. You've walked through discomfort, followed subtle signs, accepted stillness as guidance. Now, the blessing timeline is no longer theory. It's real. It's here. But to make it last, to lock it in, you must become the voice that says yes. Say this aloud. I receive all three blessings in divine rhythm. Again, slower. I receive all three blessings in divine rhythm. And once more, like you're whispering to your future self, I receive all three blessings in divine rhythm. This decree does something the rituals alone cannot. It signals completion. It tells the field, I am no longer hoping, I am holding. Virgo, your blessings were never late. They were layered, timed, sequenced to meet you at the moment of your own self-remembrance. And now, they arrive not because you chased them, but because you matched them. Let this be the final act. Stand still. No need to add. No need to push. The portal has heard you. The alignment has been made. The decree is the lock. And your embodiment is the key that keeps it sealed. If you feel called, speak this into the comments, into your space, into the mirror. Not for performance, for permanence. You are anchoring frequency through intention. You are witnessing yourself become what you once prayed for. As the window closes, know this. Nothing has been missed. Nothing wasted. If the signs were subtle, trust that the shift was sacred. The blessings are not loud. They are lasting. And from here, your life begins to shape itself around your truest self. You've walked through. You've spoken it. Now let it unfold. Not in force, but in flow. The Virgo timeline is unlocked. Let the rhythm begin. It's done. Not in the sense that it ends, but in the way a seed has been planted, covered, and left in fertile silence. Virgo, the 11:11 window has passed through you, not just around you. And now, everything is adjusting. Not because you forced it, because you aligned with it. This portal didn't ask you to create something new. It asked you to remember what was already yours. Look back for a moment, not to analyze, but to honor. The inner discomfort that turned into clarity. The quiet signs that met you where you least expected. The shift from needing proof to becoming presence. You didn't just receive 3 blessings. You became a match for them. And that's the true portal work. Now, you walk differently. You speak from embodiment. You plan from resonance. You move with less noise and more knowing. The energy of the last 48 hours has recalibrated your frequency. Things that were stuck are already unlocking. Things you thought were lost are circling back with new names and new timing. All because you stopped waiting and started receiving. This is the image. You, under a wide sky, the door already open behind you, and a new horizon stretching ahead. The path isn't mapped, but it's yours. You don't need to see every step. You only need to stay in rhythm. Because when you hold the blessing frequency, it holds you back and forward. Let this be your rhythm now. Trust, action, gratitude, rest. These are not just spiritual concepts. They're structures. Virgo builds. So build in alignment. Build gently. Let your reality take form without rushing it into shape. The timeline is active. Let it reveal itself layer by layer. And whenever doubt returns, return to your decree. Speak it again. I receive all 3 blessings in divine rhythm. Let it echo like a bell in your field, steady, calm, unshakable. This isn't the end. This is the new baseline, the foundation, the quiet hum beneath everything that now grows from truth. The Virgo blessing timeline has begun. You opened it, you anchored it, and now you walk it.